Amazing Believers, this is SuperZombieBBQ, and today we're at the end of Ronda Rousey. Not the heroic, we've still got that one to go, but I think some of you are going to like what we got today because we got Ronda Rousey being done, and we're going to talk to the creator, the artwork, the amazing design, the background, everything, all created by Rob Schamberger. We're going to talk to Rob in today's video. It's sick. I met Rob last year at SummerSlam. The fact I can get a chance to sit down and talk to him, not just about Ronda, but about all his artwork and potential stuff going forward to SuperCard would be pretty sweet. Plus, it gives you a bit of an idea on how long it takes for these things to happen. Everyone thinks that it's going to be like when someone gets an image. These things take a lot of time. You're going to find out in today's upload. So, if you like what you see, as I think some of you are going to, especially long-time WWE fans, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, as we're going to go and speak to Mr. Schamberger himself. Do this. I'm joined by the wonderful, the incredibly talented Rob Schamberger, who, if you don't know, is the person who actually created the art that went on the Ronda Rousey card. So, welcome, and it's an honor.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Likewise.
I know you played a little bit of SuperCard yourself recently.
Yeah, been on for just under a month now, and I'm still getting beaten a lot, but a little bit less.
What's your best card at the moment?
I've got a Titan does good, and I've got a WrestleMania 34 Xavier Woods. That's my best male card.
Nice. They're giving at the moment more than ever more cards away, so you probably started at the right time.
Good.
Because now you're gonna
totally
start
tactical on my part.
Oh yeah, obviously. So the reason I wanted to do this, and I thought it was good that we get together, because I met you at SummerSlam last year. There's a lot of people who know who you are, but there's a lot of people in the game who, when I made a video about the Ronda Rousey card, they were like, you know, this is really cool, but who is Rob Schamberger?
I've got a funny story about that.
Yeah.
I think it was last year.
Yeah.
I was painting out front of Raw here in Kansas City, where I live.
Yep.
And I had told the guys to get tickets for my mom and my stepfather to come. My mom goes up to the ticket window, and they hadn't called him in up there. She says, "I am Rob Schamberger's mother." And the woman took a pause and said, "Who?" There's always someone out there to remind me that, yeah, still got a ways to go.
Do you not watch the network?
Thanks to, you know, like with the Mattel stuff now, like it's got my art for like the last 9 waves of the elite figures, and my name is on the front of the packaging. Like, I'm maybe the most visible artist on the earth right now, and no one knows who I am.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like with this Ronda Rousey thing, I did the math, and there's as many people playing SuperCard as there are that live in like some medium-sized European nations. And you know, the idea that like for that week that my card was up there and it was on the loading screen and everything, that like that amount of people could have been looking at my art, and that woman at the ticket window still had no clue who I am.
So give us a brief introduction, because obviously I've mentioned a couple of things during this, like canvas to canvas. But how long have you been working with WWE? What else have you worked on?
We're actually up on our 5-year anniversary now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, with the American version of WWE Shop, as all the Euro fans like to remind me that my stuff's not available over there.
Can we possibly change that, being a you know, British guy? Can we?
Yeah, you know, I'm trying. I will like paint live at WrestleMania every year for them. I've got a pretty sizable presence at Access now.
Yep.
Got the Canvas to Canvas YouTube series, which is actually the longest running original YouTube show that WWE has ever had and currently still has. This coming Sunday will be the 226th episode of that. So sorry, Zack Ryder, I beat you out pretty good. Actually, I think it was the JBL show was the longest running until I overtook it.
Nice.
And they were giving me a hard time when I was like 5 episodes away, they were saying, yeah, we might bring that show back. I'm like, no, John's in the Bermudas. You can't do that to me. Backstage at WWE events about once a month now. Last week I was just there for Raw and SmackDown, and I'll get the print sign that we sell on the WWE auction site, which do pretty well. Then, yeah, there were the 9 waves of the Mattel Elite series that came with my art, which was a cool thing. Like, if you got every figure in the wave, you got a piece of a painting, and you put them all together, and you get the whole picture. That was really sweet. Done some work with 2K here and there. Last year at SummerSlam, where we met at the 2K party, I did that huge mural there of Seth Rollins.
That was awesome.
Thanks. That was the biggest painting I've ever done. And, I think it was the 2K17 NXT edition. Came with a Shinsuke Nakamura print.
It's right here, this one.
Awesome.
So it's inside this box.
That was a cool thing, although Shinsuke signed all those. And that was before we'd ever met. And so the first time I was at an NXT show to meet him, I introduced myself, and I had a few prints for him to sign. I'm like, I bet you're really sick of my artwork. And he took a pause and just stared at me and said, 56,000, Rob. 56,000.
56,000 of these little beauties are just going in my hand right now. But it is stunning, and it's just as stunning to look. And in fact, I'll just say to anyone, if anyone hasn't ever heard of Rob before, hasn't seen his work, just go onto Google, just type in Rob Schamberger, WWE art, and everything just comes up, and it's just so many pieces. So how did this happen with SuperCard? Because you've been doing stuff, you've even done stuff with Slam before, WWE Slam, which is the Tops app.
Yes.
So how did it come together with SuperCard that this is going to be a thing?
Well, we'd actually been talking about it for quite a while. Yep. Like, say, if you do the Slam app and SuperCard, you're seeing some similar pictures.
Yep.
Back and forth, right? And, it's the ones that WWE makes available to them. And the licensing partners are starting to say, like, hey, we want something that's kind of unique to us, something a little different. And so they reach out to me for special projects like this. And so it was maybe a month before this year's WrestleMania, we started talking about it. And then I actually signed the contract for it at Access.
Okay.
And came out this week, this past week.
So just for anyone who wonders how long it takes stuff like this to come together, that's the timeline. Yeah, it's crazy. Like the Mattel stuff, they had to have the art from me a year ahead. Oh, damn.
Because it takes that long to produce them for the quantity that they do. And then, 2K, they are the coolest, smartest people I've worked with. And sorry to everyone else. The 2K people, like, they are just impressive. And every move that they make, they're very tactical. They're very, well thought out on. And I'm just impressed by it. I learned so much just by studying how they do that stuff. They're great.
But what other pictures or pieces of your art would you like to see in the game? If you could add on anything to Ronda's piece, is there anything else that you would want in SuperCard?
Every painting I've ever done.
Any particular favorites?
There's boy, that's tough. That's like asking me to pick out my favorite kid.
That's the next question.
I don't have any.
I'll just get a classroom and just go, pick your favorite one.
That's tough. Like, because my actual favorite painting I've ever done was when they announced that they were going to do the first Warrior Award with Connor the Crusher. I did a painting of Connor with the Ultimate Warrior, and I surprised the family with it at the Hall of Fame right after they got the award. And so, like, there's, like, paintings where I'm like, rock and roll, I nailed this. But, like, on an emotional level, that one, is my very favorite.
I want to say a huge thank you to Rob for taking the time to sit down and talk about the Ronda Rousey card, as well as a lot of other things. Now, who would have thought he plays SuperCard himself? The fact that it took so long for it to be confirmed, it just shows you how long these things take to go into motion. Let's go grab ourselves Ronda Rousey right now. I definitely would like to see the Finn Balor or Edge art on one of the SuperCards, especially the one which I showed on the screen. That'd be pretty cool. I managed to get through this really, really quickly as well. It's been actually one of the easiest ring dominations I've done. There we go. Herbert is defeated. Final shard. Ronda Rousey. Done. We might find out who the heroic undercard is. It's a pro, baby. The wonderful face of Ronda Rousey.